Hello my dear children, this is my class 11th chapter going on structure of atom, and your topic after Rutherford's model, your topic is light, that is dual nature of light. Write down, light is not only a wave as well as particle. Light has a dual character, that is light is a wave as well as particle. So today we will start with that is light behave as a wave. Write down, light act as a wave, and that is explained by scientist Maxwell. According to Maxwell, light travel in the form of wave. These waves are associated with electric and magnetic field, so the light waves are also called electromagnetic waves. Write down, they are called electromagnetic waves. So first of all we will start with the characteristics of electromagnetic waves. I think you must have written what we have started. We have started the light topic today. We will start with the light as a wave and particle after that. Light waves are also called electromagnetic waves. Let us start the topic, characteristics of electromagnetic waves. So students, these are the crust and the trough. Height is crust and the depth is trough. This is crust and this is trough. Write down CREST, crust, and this is trough. TROUGH, trough. So first characteristic is wavelength. Wavelength. So wavelength is the distance between two crests and the distance between two trough. Wavelength is represented by lambda. Lambda. Write down in this way, lambda. Wavelength is represented by lambda. So lambda is the distance between two crests and the distance between two trough. So the first characteristic of electromagnetic waves, light travel in the form of waves according to scientist that is Maxwell, and these waves are associated with electric and magnetic field, so they are called electromagnetic waves. So this is your wavelength. The unit of wavelength is angstrom. Angstrom. It's a nanometer. Unit of wavelength is nanometer. 1 angstrom is equal to 10 raised to power minus 10 meters, and 1 nanometer is equal to 10 raised to power minus 9 meters. So unit of wavelength is angstrom and nanometer. Nano 10 raised to power minus 9 meter. So this is wavelength. Wavelength is a distance between two crests, that is lambda. Now second characteristic is frequency. Second characteristic is frequency. Frequency is represented by nu, Nu. You may write this V and this. This is nu. It's the number of the waves coming out from a given point in 1 second. It's the frequency, it's the number of the waves coming out from a given point in 1 second. Its unit is hertz, HERTZ, hertz. Per second it is also, or you may call it HZ, right, or HZ. So it's a frequency. Frequency is the number of the electromagnetic waves coming out from a given point in 1 second. Its representation is nu, that is this type. Hertz and per second is a unit. The third characteristic is velocity. Velocity of the electromagnetic waves. So velocity is represented by C. Velocity of the light is whatever the electromagnetic waves they are. The velocity is fixed, is the distance traveled by the light in 1 second, and that is 3 lakh kilometer per second, or you can say 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So velocity is fixed. Velocity of electromagnetic waves is fixed, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. I think we have done now 3 characteristics: wavelength, frequency, and the velocity. Now what is the relation between these 3? C is equal to nu lambda. Write down, C is equal to nu lambda. So we will start the numerical sooner. C is equal to nu lambda. C is the velocity, nu is the frequency, and lambda is the wavelength. Now the fourth characteristic is amplitude. The fourth is amplitude. So what is the amplitude? Is the height. Amplitude is represented by simple A. We will not do any calculation about amplitude in the numericals. Amplitude is the height of the crust and the depth of the trough. It's amplitude. Height, it's a small amplitude. Height of the crust, its amplitude is more. It's the height of the crust more, amplitude is more. Height and that is depth of the trough is less, amplitude is less. Amplitude is just height and the depth. Okay, number 5 is the Babe number. This is the last characteristics. Babe number. Babe number is represented by nu bar. Nu bar. It's what is it? It's a reciprocal of Babe length. It's a reciprocal of Babe length. We will start the numericals also of this formula. Babe number is equal to 1 by lambda and its unit is per meter. Per meter. So this is 5 of the characteristics of electromagnetic waves. 1 or 2 line numericals we will start later on. After the characteristics of light waves, that's electromagnetic waves, let's start the topic electromagnetic spectrum. Arrangement of all these in the increasing order of wavelength and decreasing order of frequency. Electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum is the arrangement. It's the arrangement of electromagnetic radiations in the increasing order of wavelength, or you may say decreasing order of frequency. One and the same thing, because frequency, because C is equal to nu lambda, that means your nu and lambda, they are inversely proportional to each other because it's the product of each other. So C is equal to nu lambda, it's called increasing order of wavelength or decreasing order of frequency. So let us start making a spectrum and let us arrange the electromagnetic radiations. It's your cosmic rays, gamma rays, X-rays, UV, ultraviolet. After ultraviolet there is a visible light, IR. So this is cosmic rays, gamma rays arrangement. These are going on. Increasing order of wavelength, you may write increasing order of wavelength and decreasing order of frequency. Okay. Now next is your cosmic rays. Cosmic rays come out from the outer space. Gamma rays used to destroy cancer cells. X-rays are used in medical field, you know all. And UV ultraviolet radiations coming from that is they are because of the ozone hole present in ozone layer, it's coming here on the earth and it's very dangerous to our skin. Visible light is 380 to 760 nanometer. So within this range our eyes are sensitive to check this range, visible light, which itself is of Vibgyor, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. It's 380 to 760 nanometer range visible light. Next is your IR infrared rays, very hot rays from every hot objects. These rays are coming out. After that there is a microwaves and radio waves. Last at the end you will write microwaves and we used in cooking food, and radio waves. Radio waves are used in broadcasting. Radio waves. This is all about. This is arrangement of electromagnetic radiations, and this arrangement is called electromagnetic spectrum. So what you will do, you will just remember the arrangement: cosmic rays, after that gamma rays, X-rays, UV, visible light, infrared, microwaves and radio waves. And uses cosmic rays coming, they are made up of neutrons, highly frequent, that is very less wavelength but of very much high frequency. So they fall from the outer space, they enter in our earth in a very high speeded way and full of neutrons. Gamma rays used in destroying cancer cell, X-ray used in medical field, UV ultraviolet destroying our skin tissues, visible light. I'm taking in detail visible light, Vibgyor, and 380 to 760 nanometer is the range. Now students, infrared is very hot rays, microwaves used in cooking foods and radio waves are used in broadcasting. Now visible light, for this I'm taking next spectrum, solar spectrum. Solar spectrum is this So when you will pass the white light, that is sunlight, you have white light, or you may say sunlight. When you pass the white light through the prism, spectrometer, prism, after that it get dispersed into 7 colors. This is your photographic plate. The results are taken on the photographic plate, and you will say continuous spectrum. You write please continuous spectrum. No gap between the colors. Continuous spectrum is obtained. These dispersed into 7 colors, that is violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. Bibgyor. This is one color ends, other starts. That's ends, other starts. That ends, other starts. There is no gap between the colors. So that's the reason the solar spectrum is called continuous spectrum. Solar spectrum is called continuous spectrum. This is called dispersion of the white light, polychromatic light. Okay. So now this is all about the solar spectrum and Bibgyor. So what is the range? You know, red color has a more wavelength and less energy. So this is your 380 nanometer to 760 nanometer. Doubles, almost doubles it is. 380 to 760. Red has a maximum wavelength and violet has a minimum wavelength. Bibgyor it is. Now after solar spectrum, there are two spectrum. We have completed electromagnetic spectrum, solar spectrum. Now I am taking atomic spectrum. The third is atomic spectrum, which is further of 2 types, emission and absorption. It's emission and absorption spectrum. And the difference is only that wavelength is same. The difference is of the way how to take these spectrums. And here in emission spectrum, bright lines obtained, and in absorption spectrum, dark lines obtained. Just little difference. So I am taking in detail atomic spectrum. The other name is called line spectrum. The other name is called discontinuous spectrum. Solar spectrum was a continuous, but you will see now it is your discontinuous spectrum. Now students, before taking emission or absorption spectrum, it is must to excite the atom. The only one condition. Before taking, write down, before taking the atomic spectrum, it is must to excite the atom. Now question is how to excite the atom. Answer is by hitting the source, that is by hitting the gas, by hitting the compound, by hitting or by passing electric current, or by passing electric current. That means our purpose is to excite the atom. Either we will heat the gas or we pass electric current. Now I am starting with the examples of the emission spectrum first. That is your emission, write down emission spectrum of hydrogen atom. Now to measure the hydrogen atom spectra, we have taken hydrogen gas. You know hydrogen gas is a matter, and gas is made up of molecules according to Avogadro's, and molecules further made up of atoms, right? So that's why I have taken hydrogen gas. I wanted to know the spectrum of hydrogen atom. For that I will select hydrogen gas. So now I am going to pass electric current. So I have taken a tube. This is your U shape, that is same tube. Discharge tube. This is your cathode and anode. This is your minus plus. Okay, this is your battery. This is your hydrogen gas. Fill hydrogen gas in the tube. Today I have arranged this tube in a vertical way. This is your discharge tube. Hydrogen gas is filled in it. This is your battery. Electric current is going into the gas. The moment electric current going into the gas, the radiation coming out from the negative side of the battery, that you know called cathode rays. From the negative side, the radiations coming out. Passes radiations through the prism. Through the prisms. When you pass these radiations through the prism, and the result is taken on the plate coated with ZNS screen, or coated with, that is, you take photographic plate, you will see lines, bright lines separated by dark bands, and each line has its own wavelength and own frequency. In hydrogen spectrum, 5 lines obtained. Details of these 5 lines we will take in the next model. So only one line we will write. These all lines are bright, and this is your separation of a dark band. So that's the reason it's called line spectrum. That's the reason it's called a discontinuous spectrum, because there's a gap between the lines. So hydrogen gives 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you can write. Lyman series, Balmer series, that we will take in detail in the next topic. So these lines are very bright, but these are separated by the dark bands. So this is called your line spectrum, because bright lines obtained. This is called a discontinuous spectrum, because there is a gap between the colors. And in the solar spectrum, it does not happen. In solar spectrum, one color ends, other starts. That ends, other starts, and there is no gap between the lines, but there is a gap. This is a gap of the dark bands. And this is a way to take atomic spectrum, that is emission spectrum. One way more, this was a passing electric current. Now I'm taking your NaCl. You heat the NaCl, because I want to take the spectrum sodium atom. To take the spectrum sodium atom, I've taken NaCl, compound of sodium NaCl, heat this NaCl. After heating, the radiations coming out, then we will heat something, rays come out and pass these radiations again to the prism. When we will pass these radiations to the prism, 2 lines obtained, and these 2 lines separated by the dark bands. These have the wavelength 5890 angstrom and 58, kindly remember these, 589. These are very bright lines separated by the dark bands by hitting NaCl. So before taking the atomic spectrum, it is must to excite the atom, either by passing electric current or by hitting some compound. So this is emission spectrum, bright lines obtained. Now my example shift to absorption spectrum. Now same sodium atom, I've taken an example. So now I've taken a beaker full of NaCl. Now I'm not going to heat it. I'm going to pass this white light inside, that is sunlight. The moment white light enters in this NaCl get heated up, okay? Because white light is a sunlight, so much energy it has. The moment it enters in this beaker having NaCl get heated up, radiations come out. These radiations passes through the prisms, when the radiation pass through the prism. Now when the radiation passes through the prism and the result is taken on the photographic plate, so what is the difference? 2 lines obtained, just 2 lines same obtained. One is 5890 angstrom, other is 5896 angstrom. Like it happened in emission spectrum, same happened in absorption spectrum. And the difference is these lines are the dark, not bright. Dark lines these are. Because this time we have not heated it. We have not passed electricity, we have passed sunlight, Vibgyor, white light. So why, when the white light is passed, that is also carrying energy, that is sunlight, then it absorbs all the radiations of the white light, Vibgyor. It has absorbed all the, not even a single color reflected back. It has absorbed all the radiation of the white light. So that's the reason these lines are dark, not bright. So the students always remember what is the atomic spectrum. They are the fingerprints of atom. If you want to recognize a person, you can recognize a person by the fingerprints. In the single wave, you want to recognize any atom, you can recognize it by measuring the atomic spectrum. You can see it is a atomic, that example I have taken of sodium. Now emission and absorption. But difference is, what is the difference? The difference is only of the brightness of the lines. Otherwise the spectral line has the same wavelength, that is 5890, 5896. So we have noted the atomic spectrum of sodium in 2 ways. One is by heating NaCl, another is by passing white light. That means always remember, if you want to recognize any atom, then it's the best way to measure their spectral lines, wavelength or frequency, by measuring their wavelength or frequency, whatever their spectral lines they have, how much wavelength, how much frequency, you can easily recognize what type of the metal showing these spectral lines. So always remember, their atomic spectrum are the fingerprints of atom. So this is all about what we have done today. Now we have done your that is your spectrum, that is electromagnetic radiations, light waves, light is a wave, electromagnetic radiations, and characteristics of electromagnetic radiation, wavelength, frequency, velocity, that is your wave number, amplitude. There are 3-4 spectrums. One was your simple electromagnetic spectrum, second was solar spectrum, okay. The third was your atomic spectrum, which is further of 2 types, emission and absorption spectrum. Now today we discussed light is a wave, light behave as a wave. In the next lecture we will discuss light is a particle. After collecting all the formulas, because today we have gathered 2 formulas, C is equal to nu lambda and wave number is equal to 1 by lambda. So these are the 2 formulas. When the light act as a particle, correct, I will tell you light is a particle as well. Same day, few more formulas will be get added up, and after that we start with the numericals of the light. Thank you.